Yes. Okay, so here we discussed that automation will be used, right, to automate regression test cases. That means to execute regression testing, automation testing will be used so that we can complete regression test execution 100% without any cases missing. That means sometimes, right, the regression test execution cannot be completed if it is executed manually due to lack of time. Okay. Since the regression testing is the last testing generally performed in any release or build. First, we perform smoke testing. After that, functional testing. Then retesting. After that, finally, we do regression testing. So sometimes the regression testing 100% cannot be completed if it is done manually. Okay. So in that scenario, automation testing will help to complete the regression test execution 100%. Okay, yes, that's what we discussed in the up to last session. Okay, now today, let us see today what we see, what are the different automation testing benefits. By using automation testing in the software testing projects, what are the benefits we are getting? Can you tell me? See, with our discussion, from our discussion, what you understand, what benefits you can see by using automation testing?
Reduces price and
Time saving, right? Time, or I can say effort, or I can say cost saving. So time or effort or cost will be saved because automation testing is very quick, very fast. So it is very fast. Okay, it is very fast, and we can save time or effort or cost. Fine. Anything else?
Getting accurate results.
efficiency.
Yeah, 1 second. Your voice is low. I can increase my sound. 1 second. Yeah. Any other benefits you can understand from our discussion?
Getting accurate results.
Preciseness.
I'm not getting clearly. Repeat.
Result is accuracy, sir.
Preciseness.
Yeah, 1 second, guys. Let me connect my speaker. Otherwise, yeah, yes, guys. Now. So, what is the benefit? That's something you are saying. I could not hear properly.
Testing preciseness.
It's still not. I'm audible. 1 second. What is the problem? Is there any sound setting here in Zoom? Yeah, 1 second, guys. I'm not able to hear your voice clearly.
Precise testing.
Audio also, volume also. Okay, yes, let us see. Okay, see here in the last session, we discussed that one more benefit, test coverage. Increased test coverage. Test coverage means the number of cases available. Okay, and total number of test cases executed out of test cases available. The percentage of test cases executed out of total available test cases, that is called test coverage. Got it? So if you use automation test execution, we can achieve 100% test coverage. Sometimes if it is done only by manual, sometimes we may not achieve 100% test coverage. So that is another important benefit by using automation testing. We can increase the test coverage will be increased by using automation testing. Okay, next benefit I can say, see, if you automate one test case, for example, suppose I automated regression test cases, some 500 regression test cases are automated. So generally we run this regression testing in the QA environment, right? QA environment means a testing environment. Got it? The same regression suite, if you want to run in different environment other than QA environment, for example, sometimes we may have to run regression testing in the UAT environment sometimes. Suppose if you do it manually, you have to execute all the regression cases manually in the QA environment. We should execute same test cases again in the UAT environment also manually, right? Suppose if these regression test cases are automated, then you can run these regression test cases in any environment, not only in the QA environment. We can run these automation scripts in the QA environment or UAT environment or development environment, wherever they want to run. We can rerun the regression test cases, whatever automated, very easily in different environments. That means that is called reusable, guys. Reusable. That means if the test cases are automated, those test cases can be executed across environments and across browsers if required. That means I want to test a few test cases on different browsers using Chrome or using Microsoft Edge or by using Firefox. Okay, something like that. That means you should test the same functionality with a different browser sometimes. Understand? So that is another important use by using automation testing. So if you automate the test cases, so those test cases, that means test scripts, I can say, can be reused across different environments or browsers. If it is automated. Got it. Another important benefit is repeatable. Repeatable means the test cases. Suppose if I automate one test case, okay, the same test case you can execute with n number of test data very easily by using automation script. If any test case is automated, you can easily run that test case with n number of data sets. So that is called a repeatable. You got it, guys? That means running with multiple data sets. The test case can be repeated with multiple data sets. So the next one, accuracy. It is important. More important is accuracy. That means when you run the same test case with different set of data, or when you run same test case on different environments or different browsers manually, there is a chance of doing some human mistake, right? Maybe there is a possibility of some human mistake can be done, and that some test case execution may go wrong. Understand? But if the test case is automated, that means if you create a script, automation script for any particular test case, and even though if you run that particular script 100 times or 1000 times or how many number of times you want, you can run without any mistake. There will be no chance of any human mistake by running the test case through automation scripts. I understand, guys. So that is called accuracy. That means the same accuracy rate. That means the test cases can be executed with same accuracy even if you run n number of times. Through automation, it is possible. You got it. But manually, there is a chance of human error. When you run the same functionality or the same test case with more number of times repeatedly, definitely there is a chance of human error. You got it? So that kind of human errors can be avoided by using automation testing. So that means we can achieve more accurate right execution by using automation testing. So that is called accuracy, guys. And one more thing, can do. So that means there can be some testing that cannot be done manually. Is there any testing which cannot be done manually? The testing that cannot be done manually can be executed through automation. Any example, guys? Do you have an idea? What testing that we can't do manually? Examples, performance and stress testing. You got it, guys? Performance testing. Performance testing means, see, there might be some requirement. For example, if you take a Google, okay, see, Google application, okay, or Google search engine can be used by lakhs of people, right, at the same time across the globe. Is it right? So that means that application should be tested. If 1 lakh users are trying to search something in the Google at the same time, what happens to the application? What could be the application response time that should be tested? You understand? That means there might be some requirements, performance requirements. That means even 1 lakh users try to search something in the Google at the same time, application should respond within this time limit. That means within 5 seconds time, every user should get response. For example, that could be the requirement, performance requirement. So you should test that scenario. So is it possible manually to ask 1 lakh users to sit in front of the systems, then try to do something at the same time and then check the response time on real time? Definitely it would not be possible, right? So this kind of testings, that is called performance testing, should be performed only through automation. You got it, guys? That means performance testing, some scenarios cannot be performed or cannot be executed manually. It is not possible in the real time. Got it, guys? So such kind of scenarios should be executed only through automation. So these are some important benefits of automation testing. By using automation testing, the first benefit is automation test execution is very fast. So we can save time or effort or cost. Next, the test coverage will be increased by using automation testing. Next, automation test cases, automated test cases can be reusable, can be reused across different environments or browsers. And automated test cases can be repeated with n number of data sets. And automation test execution will be always accurate, very accurate. There is no chance of any human error in the automation execution. And one more thing, say there are some testings that cannot be performed manually. Example, performance testing or stress testing. So this kind of thing can be executed or tested only through automation tools. Guys, these are the main important benefits of automation testing. Why we are using automation testing? By using automation testings, what are the benefits that we are getting? See what it is. Next important point. Test cases can be automated. See, can you automate all the test cases? See, for example, if you take any application, okay, if you take any application, you may have some 5,000 test cases total. Assume that. So there are 5,000 test cases you have total. (5,000) functional test cases, guys. 5,000 functional test cases. That means test cases written for all functional requirements. You got it? Yeah. See, out of this 500 functional test cases, you may have smoke test cases. Okay. Some, I'll assume that maximum some 50 cases you have. And regression cases, you have some 1,000 cases. Okay, guys. Fine. So now,
Oh my
yesterday
God.
in the last session, I said that regression test cases can be automated, right? Why regression test cases can be automated, and why smoke test also can be automated? Why we don't automate functional test cases? See, smoke test cases can be automated. It can be automated. Guys, it is also can be automated, but not functional. No, we don't take these cases directly for automation. See now why it is. Why functional test cases we don't automate and only smoke one regression? Let us see that. To understand that first we have to understand which test cases can be selected for automation first. So you have total 5,000 test cases. Out of that, see what is the criteria to automate any test case? Okay, guys? Or I can ask this question in different way. What is the criteria to automate test case? Guys. So now the main criteria is here. So test case should be already passed. Should be already passed. So the test case already executed manually first, and it should be passed. Only passed test cases can be automated. If any test case is failed in the manual execution, that particular test case cannot be selected for automation. All of you clear? The first point is the test case should be already executed manually and it should be passed. That is the first criteria, guys. And next one, test case is reusable. Reusable means we discussed, right, the benefits. That means this particular test case may be, right, executed, should be executed across the browsers or across the environments in different times. We have to rerun this test case multiple times. I can say like that, okay? And test case is repeated. That means there might be some test cases which should be tested with the more number of data sets. That kind of test cases. Okay, guys, that kind of test cases should be selected. And test cases with more complex functionality. That means there might be some functionality which is very complex to test manually. For example, if you take any insurance application, there might be some functionality called premium calculations. Okay, guys. So premium calculation will be, right, it is dependent on so many, right, parameters. the premium calculation. So it is very difficult to test that right premium calculation functionality because it involves so many business rules and parameters. So to test that manually, it is very hard, very difficult. If you test it manually, definitely you will be missing so many things. You could not test right 100% perfectly. That kind of complex functionalities. So in such case, you should automate such complex functionalities. You should use automation testing to test more complex functionalities. You got it, guys? So that is the more important. That is called programmable. That means you can test even more complex functionalities very easily by creating automation script. That means by programming that particular complex functionality into automation script, you can test that very easily and there is no chance of missing any defects if it is tested through automation. Okay, guys, that is the one more important, more complex functionalities can be selected for automation. And then finally, test cases cannot be, test cases are functional or requirements, I can say, that cannot be tested manually. Example, performance test cases, as we discussed, right? Cannot be tested manually. So these are the criteria we can check. If the test case, if you take any test case, that test case should fit into any one of these requirements, guys. The criteria. Only then that test case can be selected for automation. Okay, test case that should be already passed, and test case is reusable or repeatable, and test case with more complex functionalities, and test cases that cannot be tested manually. So these are the test cases that we can consider for automation. Okay, now tell me why functional test cases cannot be automated. Which criteria is not meeting here? Which criteria is not met with functional test cases? Why we are automating smoke test cases and regression test cases? In every build, we should run same smoke test cases and we should run same number of same regression test cases again and again. Is it right? In every build, we have to rerun the same set of test cases. You got it? So it is repeated. So that's why we are automating smoke test cases and regression test cases. But not why functional test cases cannot be automated. Which criteria is not met here? Hello guys, are you? Yes, you understand now why this functional test cases cannot be automated? Which criteria is not met? When you run functional test cases, what is a functional test cases? What is functional test cases, guys? Hello? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, audible, sir.
Yes, am I audible or not audible? Am I in mute?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Hello guys, I'm not hearing your voice. Am I audible or you are not audible to me?
You are audible to us, sir.
No, say some response, right? Whether have you understand now this point? Why functional test cases are not good candidate for automation? Why it is? Any clue? Hello guys, someone can respond. What is functional test case? Okay. Deepika, what is functional test case? Hello, Deepika, am I audible?
Checking the functionality of application.
What happened, ma'am? Yes, are you speaking or? Yes, what happened? Suddenly all are silent. Is it? Okay, at least respond in the chat, guys. At least, okay, I don't know, something problem today with voice. Guys, what is smoke test cases? Yes, now that this session will be closed, I will rejoin again. All of you also do same thing. Okay, rejoin, reconnect again. Otherwise, I will kind of disconnect now. Let us rejoin again, guys. Then we'll continue.